and welcome to this video. In this video we're going to take a little time machine as such, and we're going to go and have a look at a new feature that we know is coming to the UK market but isn't quite here yet, but is already live and well in the US market. And we're going to go and have a play around with the US version now to have a bit of a sense of what it's going to be like when it finally comes here in the UK. I'm really looking forward to this because it's been something we've been looking forward to. It's called Forecast, and I'm excited to see how Forecast is going to be a bit of a game changer, in my opinion, for the world of QuickBooks. Let's roll the intro and get straight into it. Hello, my name is Aaron Patrick. I am a chartered accountant, a certified UK trainer with a fancy new logo, that QuickBooks chap on the internet, head of accounts here at Bookkeeping, and also your friendly podcaster who goes live each and every Monday morning with Ask the Accountant. Now, this video is all about looking at a brand new feature in QuickBooks called Forecast. Now, Forecast is designed to give you as a small business the opportunity to try and figure out how your business is going to go in the future. I'm really excited for it. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. We're going to look at the US product and we're going to see what it's going to look like when it finally gets here over in the UK. Well, first and foremost, I'm just in my standard QuickBooks license at this point in time, US version. I'm actually in the advanced version. And if I go over to my financial planning area, which is a new term, we've got forecasts and we've got budgets. Now remember, budgets has had a bit of a facelift lately. So as you can remember here, now we have the opportunity to do budget type, of profit and loss and balance sheet now. We can pick a period, we can look at budget of being consolidated or subdivided by maybe a class or department or something like that. And we can even pre-fill by using actual data as well. If I was to go into my custom products budgets though, and I was to build myself out a budget, I could say that I don't expect to have 100k this year, and I can split it, and it's going to then split it nicely for me over these periods. And maybe there's some expenses as well, and I expect to have 25,000, and I can split that over there. And the idea of budgets is that we then and try and figure out what we believe they're going to be going forward, but it's all based on either previous figures we've got or numbers that we may or may not have, and basically it's giving us an opportunity to be able to put a budget there, and then we can report against the budget and see how it goes. So that's budgeting. We like the new one of budgeting. We've seen it, and it's actually here in the UK as well, so we're liking it so far. What about Forecast? Now, Forecast like a pro, as it says here. It says make informed decisions and take charge of your growth. Predict outcomes from past trends, tweak forecasts as needed, and see potential impact in real time. You can basically play around with numbers without affecting your book. So let's create a forecast and see what's going to happen. Well, you can only do a forecast on the profit and loss statement, which makes sense. The forecast for, and you can say how many years. We're going to go 3 years on this one. And you can forecast using actuals. So we can look at the previous year and try and figure it from there. Or we can look at average of actuals. You can use actuals from the last 3 months, 6 months, 9 months or 12 months. And then this is where it gets really exciting. You can start looking at income accounts, and we can and cost of sales accounts, expense accounts, and start doing percentages of increase and decrease. Put some rules into place, put some predictions that you're going to make in there. And that's where this becomes really exciting. Okay, I'm not going to put any of the rules in place. Let's see what happens. Now press next. Now this one doesn't actually have any actual data in, so it's going to be a bit difficult for me for it to predict. But let's save this. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some actuals in. We're going to go back and we're going to look at January, February, March, because that's what it's going to look back at. I'm going to put some sales in, going to put some expenses in. So let's have a look then. So if I just quickly do some journal entries, let's do... So what I've done now is I've actually put some in here. So if I go back to this now, you can see it's starting to see actuals appearing. So it's got actual sales figures, actual cost of goods, and actual admin as well. So in theory then, start this again. So let's create my very first forecast. And let's go up to 3 years. Average of actuals. Last 3 months. I can change if I want to, but 3 months works for me. And then what I can do then is I can press next. Now, it's interesting I can't put these rules in afterwards, but let's just see what it comes up with. Now you can see what's happened here. Estimated April to be exactly the same. Then May has gone up and June's gone down. Yeah, so I'm not, if I'm honest, I don't quite know how it's done this. I'm going to be honest with you. I'd have to look at it in a little bit more detail. Admin costs make sense, or does it? No, admin costs has changed. So it's not taking the average of these ones. It's kind of looked at seasonality a little bit. And it's saying that basically every second month there should be an increase, possibly. I don't know 100%. But anyway, that's fine. So, okay, so we can see average of actuals last 3 months. Oh, and we can put the rules in here. So this is the rule bit, right? So let's say we're actually expecting our income accounts to increase by 15% month on month. That sounds good, doesn't it? Let's also say that we expect our cost of goods. We've negotiated a cracking deal with our supplier, and we're expecting to see that actual cost of goods sales to go down by 5%. Let's add that one. And then finally, our admin costs are going to have to go up. Nothing we can do about it. We can add our rule. We're going to increase expense account, and we're going to increase by 2%. Add that one and do from there. So as you can see now, it's taken that into effect. It's looked at the figures and it's gone and put those adjustments in for me. So first of all, it found that average for me and applied the average. Not 100, again, I'm not 100% sure where the calculations for that one. It'd be nice to see the calculations, I think, just to give us confidence, right? But now you can see that it's increasing by 15%. Although, I'm not 100% sure it is, but it says it is. Let's change this to 20%, see how that applies. Okay, that's made a bigger difference, yeah. So now, yeah, so that's definitely, so it definitely is affecting it. It is definitely coming through. Although interestingly, it's not year on year. It does seem to, from 2026, it does seem to just peter out. But I guess that's 15% for the whole year. So potentially. That's where this rules, or that's how that's coming in. And ultimately, though, this net income is starting to fluctuate based on those factors that we've put into play. You know, we were getting 14,000, 22,000, 18,000. It averaged out to 23, 25, 24. And then you should start seeing this increasing as the income goes up and the expense come down. Very nice. Okay, so that looks good to me. I think that's worked out pretty well. We also have the option down here to make this a budget. So what I can do is I can go back to my budgeting area, create this as a budget, and what's happening is it's now forming the basis of what we've just said into our budgeting. And what we can do then is we can show reference data against it, so that as we start actually getting money coming in, we can see how close we were against the actuals versus the actual budget that's there, and we can bring that information in there. We can see if we're getting close to it or if we're miles out, and then we could go maybe adjust our forecasting accordingly. So it's giving us those options to put in there and bring it in there. So that is the premise of forecasting, a new product, a new solution within QuickBooks that I think is going to be a really, really powerful tool. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think this is going in the right direction? Do you think this needs a little bit more? Personally, I feel like just a bit of an opportunity to tell us how those calculations are done will just make our life easier, right? We can then have confidence if we feel like it's right or we feel like it's wrong. And maybe when it comes to those additions, maybe we have a little bit more opportunity with those rules to really fine tune them. Yes, it's nice to have that blanket 15% increase, but it can be that only certain lines will increase by 15%. If we had multiple line items in our P&L account, maybe we're thinking that one line item is definitely going to increase by 15, but we'll be really lucky if we get 15. In fact, the other line items probably maybe decreasing at this point. Yes, we can apply an average and we put an average over there, but I think it'd be nice just if we could use that forecasting rule in, that forecasting going through from there. And also I feel like this is where Intuit Assist is going to be an absolute game changer for something like this, because with Intuit Assist it's going to be able to look at that previous data, probably start thinking about what percentages it can see going forward, and also going to have the cleverness to be able to look at industry trends going forward, things like that, and maybe able to predict a little bit more than we could predict ourselves. So for me, this is where the excitement comes in. This is where the ecosystem of QuickBooks gets really, really excited. But let us know below. Put in the comments below, what do you think to this new forecasting tool? Do you think it's a game changer like me, or do you think it's something that isn't going to get as much use as it needs to? And also, do you feel like this is the right thing to pretty much replace cash flow forecasting? Because cash flow forecasting is going, it's disappearing. Is the forecasting tool kind of a replacement or not? Personally, I don't feel like it is, but I want to know your thoughts below. So let us know in the comments below. Let me know if you think this is a good one. And just as well, just if you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. It's going to help us make sure that we can continue to produce videos as soon as new software solutions come out for the world of QuickBooks. There's some big updates coming. This is a start of a very busy period for QuickBooks. So make sure you don't miss the next one by subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.